Hugo for Retro Electric. Today we're going to build a $900 gaming computer that can max out any modern game at 60 FPS, 1080p. Let's get right into it. So, starting us off for the processor, we have the Intel i5 4690K. This has 4 cores and base clock speed of 3.5 GHz, which will curb up to 3.9 when it deems it necessary. And of course, it's the 4690K as opposed to the 4690, so it is overclockable. And in my computer, I've achieved a solid overclock, stable overclock rather, of about 4.5 GHz. So that's definitely something you can hope to achieve in yours as well. Anyway, all around, really great processor, and it will handle gaming just fine. As for the RAM, I've gone with the G.Skill 8GB set, but really you can choose whichever RAM set you want that's 8GB. Brand preferences really don't play into this decision that much for me, so just pick up any 8GB RAM set you can find. And for the graphics card, no surprises here, I've gone with the GTX 970. This card has amazing performance around the clock. It's great price to performance for the price range that we're going for here. It'll max out any game at 1080p 60 FPS, and you can even, if you want to, push it to 1440p, but there's no guarantee of 60 FPS there unless you're willing to, dial down those quality settings. For the motherboard, we've chosen the Z97 PC Mate. It's got all the I/O connections you could dream of. Unfortunately, it does only have one expansion slot for PCIe. Of course, it has a smaller 4-pin slot that you can put a network adapter into, but for SLI, it's not going to work. But I mean, for this price range, I wouldn't really recommend you upgrading to SLI. It's just not the way that you'd get the best performance. Best performance is achieved by one card in almost all circumstances at this price point. I've also chosen a 1TB hard drive, but that's pretty much a staple of gaming PCs nowadays, just the cheapest one you can find. At this time, the time of recording this video, it's a Seagate, but if Western Digital comes out with a cheaper one since this video is published, then go with that. Really, it doesn't matter, they're probably made in the same factory anyway, so just get a 1TB hard drive for as cheap as you can. I've also thrown in a 120GB Kingston SSD. It's good SSD, it's reliable, and of course you'll check your operating system and a few of your favourite games on there to make them load up a bit faster. For the case, I've gone with the Corsair 200R mid-tower. It's got a nice clean look, it's got 4 of both the 3.5 inch and 2.5 inch bays, so got all your storage covered there if you want to expand in the future. It's just a nice looking case. It's got 2 front USB 3 ports, got everything covered that you need for this kind of computer. And to power this whole system, we have the EVGA Supernova 750 watt power supply. It's 80 plus bronze certified, so you'll have no problems there. Of course, it's a bit much. We probably could have got away with a 600 or 650 watt power supply, but it's always worth having a bit more than you need, considering how cheap power supplies are at this time. And of course, this is the kind of component that you can transfer to a new build if that's something that you plan on doing. So that pretty much tops off our computer. Of course, it's going to run games at 1080p 60 FPS, no problem. And if you want to do some video editing on the side, like I plan to, great for you as well. With 8 gigs of RAM and 4 cores from the CPU, you'll have no problems with that. So, if you've enjoyed this guide or it's helped you in any way, feel free to hit that like button. And remember, subscribing doesn't cost you a cent, but it helps me out in more ways than you can imagine. Anyway, I've been Hugo for Retro Electric. Thank you for watching.